everybody, welcome back to my stage 4 journey. Well, if it's not one thing, it's another. Yep, we got some issues with our well. The pressure tank's leaking, so I've got to replace the pressure tank today. So it's always something. The other day I had to go up on the roof and fix the roof. I finally think I got that fixed. And now today we're gonna have to go down here in the basement and change out a pressure tank. I've never done it before, and plumbing is one of my least favorite things to do. I can't stand doing plumbing, but I'm gonna do it. I got the time, I got the tools, so I might as well do it. So let's go down and see what we got down here. Now our basement is really wet down here because we live in the swamp, and it's just always soaking wet down here. It's like a dungeon. And yep, that's the one I got to replace right there. Apparently, I don't know if you guys can see it, there's a pinhole right there. See where that rust is coming out? There's a pinhole right there where it's been leaking. And I just pushed on that a minute ago and water started running down that. So yeah, so I gotta head off to my least favorite place. I can't stand going there. I was just there the other day to get stuff to fix the roof, and it showed they had everything in stock, and I get down there and nobody can. Yeah, that's the well pump just kicked on. It keeps doing that. I'm going to turn that off so it quits cycling. I already turned the water heater off. So, but yeah, like I was saying, I was just there the other day, and I tried to get the stuff to fix the roof, and it was showing it in stock on the computer, and nobody could find this stuff. And I asked them when they think they would get more in, and they didn't have a clue. They said it could take a month to get stuff in. So I had to drive clean on the other side of town and find it over there. And it's just frustrating. Every time I seem to go to this place, it show you have it in stock, and then when you get there, nobody can find it. And it's happened numerous times. So, all right, so I need to go and get a 20-gallon pressure tank and grab some tools at my shop, and I guess I'll be back then here in a little bit. So you guys will watch me change a pressure tank out here this afternoon. I wasn't really feeling like doing it, but here we go. Alrighty, we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, well, before I get going, I am going to drain this tank, and it's not going to matter if it runs out on this floor because the floor is already soaking wet. It's just going to run over there to my pump. So I'm just going to unhook this hose because it's running all the way outside, and I tried to unhook it outside and it just wasn't working. So I'm going to unhook this. And turn this open. Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna open this up. And let that run. I'm gonna go upstairs and open the faucets upstairs and let this tank empty out while we're going, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, well, I'm back from that store. I was lucky they did have what I was after, a 20-gallon pressure tank. And I didn't run over to my shop. I just happened to walk by and see that they had 3 channel locks, and that's what I was going to get. I already had a pipe wrench here, but my channel locks were over at the shop. And yeah, my shop's not that far from here. It's only 6.5 miles from my house, and it's not, I mean, it's not that far to run, but I'm just tired, and it's a pain in the butt. I got to go there. unlock the gate, open the gate, go around back, unlock the door, go in, get what I need, and then lock back up, and then leave, get back out, lock the door, or shut the gate and lock the gate, and it's just a pain in the butt. So I went ahead. Those pliers were only 20 bucks for the whole set, so I'll just go ahead and put them in my toolbox here at the house. I mean, I have some tools here, but I was lucky I did have an extra pipe wrench here, but I just didn't have. I had regular pliers, but they weren't big enough, and you'll see what I'm going to need them for. And so I went ahead and just bought a cheap set for here at the house too, so I won't have to worry about that. And so it's been about a half hour or so since I opened up the valve on that tank down there, so I'm going to go down here and check and see if it's empty. If it's empty, well, we'll go ahead and start taking that stuff apart and switching that thing out. So all right, I'll see you in a couple minutes. Okay, so I'm back down here in the basement, and water quit draining out the spigot there, but it's heavy. So there's water in there, and it's in between the bladder, so the bladder's been leaking a while probably. So I went upstairs and watched a couple videos on YouTube on how to do this, and they say if it's heavy and there's still water in there, to drill a hole. So that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to drill a hole here. Sit you up here and see if you can see that. So I'm just going to drill a hole in it. Maybe. Okay, I'm going to drill a hole in the top. Apparently that's not the best. Well, that is helping drain it. See if I can get another hole up here though. Okay, now she's draining. All right. I know people are going to think I'm crazy letting that water run out on this floor, but I'm telling you what, it ain't going to hurt a thing because it's wet all the time. And yeah, I mean, when we bought the house, when we came to look at this house, there was water halfway up this wall, and I mean, you couldn't even get into the basement. It had water in it. But we've been here for about 16 years. And we bought the house at an auction, an estate auction, and it was the house is. We traced the house back to 1882. I think is where as far back as we got, and you know, there was records still already showing it was there, so I'm thinking it probably was built in the 1870s sometime. And it was built here on the swamp, and it was actually part of a celery and lettuce farm. Because it was so wet, it was perfect for growing that type of crop. And back then there was a big vacation place called Penmore Park that people would come out of Baltimore and they'd ride the Western Maryland Railroad up to Penmore Park, and there was hotels, huge hotels all over the mountain, and all kinds of resorts back then. And so this house was part of the farm that grew the lettuce and celery and all that kind of type of crop. that used a lot of water. So yeah, we'll take a walk back here in the woods one day, and I'll show you how you can see the hand dug trenches that they dug for irrigation and all. And that wasn't to get water in, that was actually to try to get water going out. It was so wet. But that's something that we've had to deal with. You know, it's a pain in the butt. We get flooded all the time, and not like it, you know, we haven't ever lost anything in the flood. The well pump gets submerged and it's not supposed to be, but yeah, we've replaced a few well pumps, but we love it here. You know, it's so peaceful. It's right up against the wildlife preserve, and you know, even though it's starting to be a hassle for me to have all this extra work to do, we do love it here, and it's very peaceful. And we'll show you more of that here one of these days when it gets nicer out. We'll go for a walk out back and show you some of that. But I'm just going to wait on that tank to drain. And once it's drained, I'll come back and we'll start taking that apart and getting that old tank out of here. And we'll bring the new one down and hook it up. So I'll see you. It looks like it's about empty. So I will see you here real soon. Okay, so it's pretty much drained. There's still a little bit of water in there, but I'm gonna go ahead and I gotta take this fitting here loose, and then the tank will come right out of there. So I'm gonna sit y'all down. I'm gonna try to loosen this up, and hopefully it's not terribly tight, but I'm gonna loosen that one up, and we'll see what happens here. So here we go. Oh, actually it's loose. That's not tight at all. Well, that's good. All right. All right. Yeah, that was easy. That was super easy. Yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna take this tank outside. I've got to take this pipe off the bottom of the tank and put it on the new tank. And then, so we'll head outside here. Okay, so I gotta try to get this pipe off of here and put it on the new one. Hopefully it comes off as easy as the other fitting did. So see if I can get you set up somewhere so you can watch that. So all right. Let's see if I can get that off there. It's coming. Yeah. That's not horrible. All right. Alright, so I got that out, and now I got to put this on the other one, but I want to clean those threads off. I'm going to clean all that stuff off. I'm going to get a wire brush and clean that off. Alright, so that's pretty clean. I don't want to scratch the new tank up, so bring this over. There. Let's turn this over. See if I can get it to stay in there. Alright, it'll stay in there. Alright, so I'm not going to use, they used Teflon tape on that pipe. I'm not going to use Teflon tape. I got this Pro Dope, pipe dope stuff that you just smear on there and you should be good to go. So I'm going to put that on and then put that pipe back in that new one and we'll be good to go. Like I said, I am not a plumber. I do not like doing plumbing work. I'm not good at it. That's one thing I can't stand doing, and I guess it's just because I'm not good at it. So I usually try to find somebody to do the work, but yeah, I don't feel like dealing with that today and trying to find somebody. We've been trying to find somebody to come work on the house and do some, I need some porch work done and stuff like that, and nobody wants to do it. So I'm tired of trying to find somebody to do it. So I'm just doing it myself. All right. So that last one, it wasn't like super tight. It was just pretty much snug, so that's all I'm going to do with this one. Just snug that up. And we'll take the chance of breaking something. I'm going to say that's tight enough, so I think we're good there. Yeah, I think we'll be good there. So I'm going to get this thing down to the basement, and I will see you when we get down there. Okay. Gotta make sure I put I'm gonna make sure I put this gasket back on. There was a gasket. I'm sorry if you guys can't see. It's not very bright down here, but there's a gasket that goes there. And then I'll put that fitting together there. And I'll tighten it up. I'm sorry I'm out of breath. I'm so out of shape these days, and these treatments are just kicking my butt. But, all right, so I'm going to put a little bit of this pipe dope on that fitting. They didn't have any, but I'm going to put some on there. It can't hurt. I wouldn't think so. I'm going to back that up so I don't get any on that. Okay, so I've got some on there. I'm just going to pull this in. It should line up there just like that. And then get those threads started somehow. There we go. All right. Sorry if I'm blocking the view, but I just want to get this done here. Alright, well that's about as tight as they had it. I'm going to open this valve. That brings the water in from, we have a shallow well. It was only a hand dug well, but when we bought the place they had to drill a well, and it's what they call artesian. Since they drilled it, it just runs out the top of it constantly, and it's good. It's some of the best, coldest water I've ever had in my life. So yeah, there's the fitting there that I put together, and this thing's supposed to come pre-pressurized, so I shouldn't have to do anything but turn the pump on. So here we go. I guess I should turn that off. That might help. All right. It might take a few times to cycle that to get that pressure up where it needs to be. I might have to adjust the pressure switch itself, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do some adjustment on that. It should kick on around 20 and shut off around, I think it's yeah, let me get down here. It should kick on at 20 and should kick off around 50. That's the way I understood it. So I'm going to have to do some adjusting on the pressure switch here. I'm not real familiar with this pressure switch, but we'll take a look at it. Maybe. Yeah, see, I have no idea why it's doing that and why this won't come off. There. So, it should be inside here. Turn nut 1. I'm going to sit you guys down a second so I can read this. Turn nut 1 clockwise to raise cut on and off pressure. Turn nut number 2 clockwise to raise off pressure. So nut 1 is on the left. Turn it clockwise. I am not sure. Because it should be, I'm going to go get a good nut driver and I'll be right back. Okay, well I think I finally figured it out. I had to go get my phone and look up the pressure settings, and I thought it was 2050. It's actually 3050. So what you want is you want your pump to kick on whenever this gauge gets to 20. I'm sorry, 30. I thought it was 20. When it gets to 30, it'll kick on, and then it'll turn off when it hits 50. And so I had to do some figuring out on these two screws here. This one sets the low end, and this one sets the high end. You can actually do both with this one, but I couldn't figure that out. I couldn't figure it out, but I think I got it pretty close to where it's kicking on at 30 and it's kicking off at around 48, and that's about the closest I can get it. So I'm going to call it a win, and I'm going to gather up my tools, and I will meet you guys out at the pickup truck then. Okay, well, let's see how the spigot looks. That looks good. Actually, it looks like the better pressure than we've had in a while. See if I can tell if the pump kicks on or not. Yeah, it looks real good. Put it on hot and see what happens. Okay, there's hot water. I can't tell the difference between when the pump kicks on and off, so actually it's better than what it was. I guess it's had a pinhole in it for a while now. Yeah, I can hear the pump running downstairs, so I'll wait and see if I can hear it kick off. I can hear it running. Still running. Still running. Still running. Yeah, it shut off. So we're good to go. That's great. I think we'll have better pressure in the shower now. I think that the shower is going to be awesome. I'll be able to use the massage features that we haven't been able to use. It must be must have had a pinhole in it for a long time and must have been leaking out for a long time. So that's kind of exciting there. I mean, it was a pain in the butt to have to change this thing, but I tell you, it might have been worth it. But I'm gonna need a long hot shower here now, because I'm exhausted again. That just wore me out. I had to bend over down there, and you know, I can't stand up. I can't stand up in the basement. Now Cheryl can, but ceilings down there is only about 5.5 feet tall, so I gotta be hunched over when I'm down there, and oh, my back is killing me. I go tomorrow and get that nerve blocker done in my back at 8:45. So I'm looking forward to getting that done and having that done, and hopefully I'll feel so much better after I get that done. But yeah, this is why our place is soaking wet all the time. It's a swamp, and we have a creek that goes by here. It's called Red Run, and it's called Red Run because there's iron bacteria up here on the mountain. And I don't know if you noticed it down in the basement. There's a little bit on the floor down there. It's just the iron bacteria. It's not bad. It's just there's iron in the water, and it looks real red. And if you let it sit in a puddle, it'll actually get a film over the top. It'll look like oil slick on it, but it's not. It's just iron bacteria, and it turns the water red. So that's why they call it Red Run. And the house has been here since, like I said, we traced it back to 1882, I think is when it was. And yeah, we've done a lot of work to it, and it needs a lot of work now. I've been waiting on some people to call me back to help me out on getting some of this stuff done. I just can't do it all myself right now, and I'm trying to get the stuff done. It's hard. It's hard, and I do what I can. And I did finally have a guy call me back, or he at least sent me a message today and said that he would come up and look. He's interested in doing the work, and he was recommended by a couple of friends of mine that know him. So I feel good about this one. I've tried 3 other people and had 2 no-shows so far. And I don't understand, you know, if people have a business, I understand if you're busy. But if you're not interested in looking at the job, if you don't want to do the job, tell the people when you talk to them that you don't want to look at it because you're too busy. Because I've wasted 6 months waiting on people. So anyhow, I got something accomplished today. We have a new pressure tank. We're gonna have great showers today, as long as, knock on wood, nothing else goes wrong. So I didn't expect this channel to be a how-to channel on doing all this stuff, but I just figured, you know, if I got to do it, I got the camera, I might as well show you, and maybe you learn something. I learned something. Like I said, I've never done this. It's the first time I did, and I watched a couple YouTube videos before I got started, and then I had to go back to my phone and watch a couple more videos and look up on the pressure switches and stuff like that. So I'm thankful to be able to have YouTube to watch videos, because they really helped me out. So maybe you'll learn something. If you need to know how to do that, you'll be able to figure it out now. So all right, well, I appreciate y'all coming over and watching, and if you wouldn't mind subscribing and liking the video and leaving me a comment, it would be much appreciated. So hopefully next time when you see me, I might check in tomorrow, and when I get this back thing done, and tell you all how that went. I don't know, we'll see how I feel tomorrow. So if not, then I'll see you later this week. I got my next immunotherapy coming up. I think it's on Friday, so I'll definitely keep you guys posted with that. So once again, even though I had to change the water pressure tank and had to stay all hunched over, and now my back is absolutely killing me. It's a beautiful day, and it's a great day to be alive. So we will see you all next time. All right, bye-bye.